Who created astrology?
It wasn't me. Uh, I mean, I wish I
I've
could
heard you
take
say
some.
that it's like the oldest science. It's been around since Egypt. I've also heard you say that like we don't really know where it came from. Like, what the hell? What's going on?
Okay, I love that you listen to my podcast. The short answer is it was brought to us by a higher intelligence that is impeccable, always on time, very accurate, unbelievably healing, and has a timeless gift that never ever stops giving. So let's
I just
start
spilled
there.
matcha tea all over my crotch, Deb.
That's exciting. You want to take a picture? Wait, what?
It happened.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing. Here,
It
we can
wasn't
share
intentional.
our green juices.
Oh, you're drinking it. That's good. We're same channel.
You just got so distracted, Sag Rising. Let's go back to that. Um, the function of astrology is a more interesting question. The source of it as the original source, I hate to say this, but I'm going to tell you this. I think it was ETs.
Hmm.
I think it was brought to us by a higher intelligence that's way advanced, just the way they can space, time travel, come in and out of awareness in a second. Astrology was brought to us by a very sophisticated intelligence that unfortunately our intelligence doesn't have the wherewithal to be able to download their system without altering it, which is what we've done. But most of
Yeah.
all, we cannot see the original source. But would I love to meet those people?
And you said it came the earliest dating. It goes back
4,000
to
years.
Egyptian times.
Yeah, Mesopotamia. It's the oldest written symbology, cryptic, hieroglyphic language that we know on Earth that has sustained time. It's been able to survive. Like they see the same hieroglyphics you see. I'm looking at your chart right now, and
Yeah.
that's exactly what they executed back 4,000 years ago. So what does that say? It's the backdrop of the whole conversation. But I'm writing a book called I Don't Believe in Astrology because everybody goes, I don't believe in astrology. I'm like, what do you mean you don't believe in astrology? It believes in you, but it's true. And we were both sharing Aaron Rodgers' birthday. He came, you know the story, this is the best story. I came to give him a reading. I had no idea. I don't know football. I
Yep.
had Mr. Aaron. I met him. I went in the backyard at his house in Malibu and I gave him a reading. And I watched his face go, oh, like that kind of slow motion, like face melting. And then he said, what are you doing in my head?
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the gift of astrology. And he studied, he took level 1, he took level 2, and he is a brilliant astrologer. And then he
Yeah.
put
He's
it
very good with it.
and he put a tattoo on his arm.
Yeah. Yeah. He's excellent with it. So how, if we were to try to, maybe it's just not possible. Maybe it's like a language barrier. But if we were to try to sciencify some
Well,
description
first of all,
of
that's
what
not a
is
word.
happening.
You made that word up.
I know. Well, I feel like we're going to probably have to bend language in order to
You're
decrypt
right.
what's
You're
going on
right.
with astrology.
Okay.
So if we were
Science
able,
by astrology. Well,
yeah,
as a practitioner of almost 50 years, way before you were born, I can
yeah,
tell you that every single session I do, and I mean, I came to it as a skeptic. That's why the book's called I Don't Believe in Astrology. Like, this doesn't even make sense. But then when you realize that the moon is directly affecting the tides, which the farmer almanac can predict up and down, they know exactly where it's going to go. The woman's cycles are completely ruled by the moon every 28 days, predictable as clockwork. We never have to have one deviation at all, including Mercury retrograde, without prediction. It's so stable and constant and steady Eddie. What on earth is steady Eddie
yeah.
and never, ever, ever deviates? Name one thing.
My insecurities.
Oh, there you go. Oh my God, that was such a good little clip. You could just do that. What on earth is trustworthy to last forever that has not ever deviate? My insecurities.
Do
Spoken
you
as a.
think it's some type of like, if we were to sciencify it, do you
What are
think it's
you
some?
insecure about, Aaron? You're so handsome and you're so present and you're a great dancer and you've got a great career. Help me with this.
Oh no, I don't think I'm really actually that insecure, honestly. I think it's the
The collective pain body that you can't distinguish from your own.
yeah, I
Ooh.
think that's it. Yeah, it's like an ongoing yearning for more and an ongoing sensation that I'm not doing enough and
Okay,
I'm
that's
not
not
like
you. That's not you. That is the pressure of Saturn. When you were born, you don't even care about astrology. When you were
I do
born,
care. Oh, I really
okay,
do.
well, I'm going to tell you something very important right now.
Yeah.
When you were born on the eastern horizon was Saturn. It only
Yeah.
happens once a day for about 25 minutes. There was Saturn. Saturn rules bones, government, structure, teeth, anything that's like, Ugh. And
Solid.
so solid. So your whole life with Saturn sitting there on the horizon staring at you, it's saying, what are you doing, Aaron? What are you doing?
Mm,
What are you
yeah,
producing? Are you getting
yeah,
anything done? Are you of
yeah,
any value at all? What have you done?
yeah,
What's your purpose? You're like, excuse me, did someone invite you in because you can't stop talking?
yeah,
He never leaves you alone.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. It's awesome.
now here we go. Once the observer's on, once you're awake, I don't know if you're awake. Do you think you're awake?
I oscillate.
Because you're in a closet, so I'm a little worried.
Yeah, we're not in I'm in New Jersey right now, so it's not exactly like the premier podcast studio.
Okay, but you are in a closet.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, we need to get you out of the closet. In order for us to turn the observer on, we notice these little details. He's in the closet. We notice that Saturn is sitting on your body, always telling you you should be doing more. And once you're aware, you get to say, well, I'm not really in a closet. That's silly. And by the way, yes, Saturn does bug me all the time. And now that I know, where is the free will button?
Hmm.
It's the little red door behind your head. You open it up, you sit down, and you go, Saturn, excuse me, you are not in charge. This is your mantra. You say to
Hmm.
that guy who bugs you all the time, excuse me, I am doing great. I don't know what gave you the right to constantly nudge me. And
Yeah.
once you become aware of that, because it's really strong, I'm just going to let you know, it is sitting on your rising sign, coupled with what we talked about earlier, that your sun and moon are in water. So imagine someone saying to you, what are you doing? What are you doing? And your emotional body's going, whoa, 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 whoa. You're like, I'm trying to manage this wild waterworks that's going on in me. And that's
Hmm.
the right answer. If I was Aaron, I would have to learn meditation, taking deep breaths, learning how to actually value my own separate energetic body so I don't take on the world or the girlfriend,
Yeah.
and I really live inside my own structures.
Hmm.
Happy birthday to you. And the day you figure out how to hold your boundaries intact, you've got a very cool chart. You're just the yummy guy. Mm, secret sauce. You got yum yum all over this chart.
Is there a person that you connect with that you're like, oh, you kind of have a shitty chart?
Oh, yeah.
What's that like?
Well, that's somebody who's got conflict. Someone listening to this right now, where one half of them is loves attention and one half of them is really shy. One half of them is an extrovert and loves being around people, and the other one has no attention at all to anyone's story. I mean, they are separate and pulled with taut tension that prevents them from being able to relax in their own skin. That's not fun.
Hmm.
Or they're face to face with trauma, drama, death. They came in this lifetime to do the really hard path to see if they could keep their heart open. That's not fun.
Yeah.
The
What's
last
your work? What's
Oh,
your process
I'm
in keeping
here.
your heart open?
I am a serious workaholic.
Yeah.
I have the same thing you have, a very strong Saturn. I don't ever get to la la la. No, I don't get to do that. I have a very strong energetic body that gets like you. I'm a dancer. You know, did I tell you this? My original degree was in dance therapy.
Oh, cool. I love that.
So
That's
like
amazing.
you, I was always about my lifetime has always been about embodiment.
That's your on the back of your card. I heard you say you had the pleasure of being in your body. I was going to ask you about that.
Oh, can we just say it once more? The
The pleasure
pleasure
of being in your body.
The pleasure
It's
of
beautiful.
being in a body. I know. Nobody ever got it. It's such a good catch. That's so your chart, yum yum factor.
Huh.
Yeah, there's very few people that realize the whole point of this exercise is to find pleasure in the body.
Hmm.
Isn't that yummy?
Hmm.
I love being in a body. I don't like the human condition. And I don't, and that's why I live in the tropics. So every single day I just get kissed. And you know what? I sleep outside where
Yes.
the wind is always
Where do you actually sleep? You sleep on like a
like on
porch?
a lanai, yeah, with no windows.
Oh, cool. I love that. Hope you guys enjoyed that conversation. If you did, a pleasant thing you could do is you could take a clip from this episode and you could tag myself at Aaron Alexander and Debra at Debra Silverman Astrology on the Instagram or wherever you do your social mediaing, and share with people. I think this conversation is valuable. I think Deb is just such a beacon of connection and empathy and deep listening and care. And I think getting messages from her out in the world is a valuable thing. So appreciate y'all. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for sharing. And thanks for checking out the YouTube page. That is at Align Podcast. Subscribe over there if you want to see the video version of this and the rest of the episodes, as well as instructional content. That's it. That's all. Appreciate you. I'll see you next week.